Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone that can hear the sound of my voice, to this week's edition of the Petty and Ill-Informed podcast, where we venture our petty and ill-informed opinions about a variety of topics. It's just Nikki this week, guys. Say hello, Nikki.
Hey,
Brilliant.
January is the longest year. I agree.
It's over now. January's behind us. In
Thank
exactly
goodness.
1 hour, it will be February for me. The
Nice.
shortest month.
Oh yeah, it is a shorter month.
Is it a
April's
leap year
right
this year?
around the April's right around the corner.
It's all right, 2 months, give or take. No, it's not a leap year.
Oh well.
Only 28 days. So, how was your January, Nikki?
Um Busy and incredibly not busy all at the same time. I don't know how to explain it. Work has been a very weird situation for the past month. So, otherwise nothing big that I know of. Can you think of anything big? I can't think of anything big that happened in my January personally.
Mm,
This year
mm,
has been quite the slog, though,
yeah,
already. How about you? How was your January?
yeah, it was all right. Can't complain. Uh, I'm still cripplingly addicted to Arc Raiders, as everyone can see. Um, Apart from that, nothing much has changed. Just another January ticked off the old bucket list.
Have you guys gotten any snow? Like I've been showing you pictures of snow.
I know, I know. I've
Have you
been.
have you gotten any?
England's gotten snow down south, but we haven't gotten any up here.
Oh, I gotcha.
So, what I
Bastards.
wanted to talk to you tonight about.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We're doing that again, are we?
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
what do you want to talk to me about?
You know where I got that from, right?
I know exactly where you got that from.
Okay, just saying. But okay, so
I got it from the same person. What are you talking about?
yeah, right.
Any
So what I want to talk to you about is our childhoods. You and me, we had very different childhoods.
hmm
Uh, that we both had like ways of dealing with the various bad things we had to suffer through while we were
hmm
kids. And I was wondering if you wanted to discuss any things that have a special part in your memory.
Are we talking childhood trauma or
Just things that got you through it.
how about you start? That way I have an idea of what you're looking for.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
when I was a teenager, I didn't get to go to the same school as all my friends I'd made in primary school and what you would call middle school, I think. We
hmm
called it high school, but I know it's not the same as high school. Um, and I had to go to a completely new school with completely new people, and I didn't know anyone there, and
hmm
it was absolutely horrible. And I know now that it was autism. That that's big change like that really affects people with that. But it was really, really, really awful, and I became like suicidally depressed. It's the only time in my life I've ever been that low.
hmm
And what got me through it was music. I hadn't actually been a big music guy before then. I was aware music existed, obviously, but I never really listened to it on the regular.
Right.
I started listening, and it was a particular song by Cake called "Sheep Go to Heaven and Goats Go to Hell."
I love that song. It's one of my favorites of theirs.
Mm.
Actually, no, I would say that that is my favorite Cake song.
And I started listening to that, and I really connected with the lyrics. And then I started looking for more music to listen to, and that's how I stop being depressed.
Was through music.
Was through music.
How old were you when you like discovered music in that kind of therapeutic way? You're a
15, I
teenager.
want to say. Yeah.
Yeah. I get that. Like, that's how I survived school. Like, honestly, it was all about self-harming and listening to music. But I mean, music was a big deal in my life from a young age. There was always music in my house. I used to wake up to the sound of, a guitar, like an amp being turned on, like that ka-conk sound that an amp gives. When you plug in a guitar, if you know, you know.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. So like I was raised hearing, a guitar music all the time. But I use music a lot too, because I get how you felt, like, because I never went to the same school for more than 2 years, ever. Without moving to another school, and most of the time like a completely different state. And so music was the only constant. Like, I knew I could turn on the radio and find familiarity. Like, I might not know the guy talking or whatever, but at least the music was familiar. So
At
yeah,
least
I'm
you'd
with
have
you.
the music.
Right.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Mhm.
So there's an example of what I was talking about.
Yeah, music was a big I've said many times that music has saved my life. And honestly, I really think that music is the main thing that saved my life growing up. I think a lot of my coping mechanisms are insanely unhealthy, but I don't feel like music ever was. It was always about like music and writing were forms of escapism, especially writing. I still escape with writing. Like, that's how I dissociate from the world, is I write.
I like writing as well. That's a very good thing for me. Always makes me feel better.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything you've written in quite some time. It's been a few years.
I haven't seen anything you've written in a while either.
Oh, now I haven't been writing. I haven't like written for myself in quite some time. Going to the same school with the same people is overrated. See, I don't feel like it's overrated. I think that's how you get friends. I think that's a good way of making friends, is being at the same place for a long time.
And it wasn't all doom and gloom. I also fell down some interesting rabbit holes when I was a kid. I also had, I had the generic autistic trait of being obsessed with dinosaurs when I was a kid.
Is that an autistic trait?
Yeah, it's like super common. It's up
That
there
makes so
with
much
Sonic the
sense.
Hedgehog.
Or trains.
Or trains, yeah.
Okay. My nephew uses Nintendo things in general, but it's more like Zelda.
I
Link.
completely managed to avoid that. I like video games, but I never got obsessed with like Mario or Sonic or Pokemon or anything.
I have to agree with my nephew. If I were going to be obsessed with one franchise, it would probably be Zelda. I mean, pretty consistently an awesome franchise.
Yeah, there's not bad. They do some odd ones like Majora's Mask. That I don't know what was going on there, but
It's an interesting one. I haven't made it all the way through yet.
I mean, it's a good enough game. It's just so dark and so weird.
It is. It is. But it's a good franchise. Like, if my kid was going to be obsessed with one franchise, I'm cool with that. That would be a good one. So, did your parents, like, did you play a lot of video games growing up?
I didn't play any video games until, God, I want to say, God, I don't know. I think I was like, we had a Commodore 64
Okay, I did
when I was
too.
a
Yeah,
kid. Did you have the tape deck or the cartridge one?
I had the cartridge one. I've only heard horror stories about the tape deck.
The
Like it
tape
was
deck.
cheaper, but for a reason.
I loved the tape deck, and I'll tell you why. Because you wouldn't. The game would be loading, and you'd get the multicolored loading screen flashing in the background, and then
Mhm.
while you waited, it would boot up like Space Invaders or something simple. And I love playing Space Invaders. So sometimes I'd just load into Space Invaders and then open the tape deck. So
Right.
it wouldn't load the game. But
Nice.
yeah, I wasn't like massively obsessed. Like I play it occasionally. Like we had two games like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Ghostbusters that I liked.
Hmm. Oh my
I guess
god, the sound on Ghostbusters used to freak me out.
it's a great game.
It is, but the "he slimed me" freaked me out every time, and that really crappy Commodore 64 sound bit. Mm-mm.
Yeah, that was awful. But I didn't like seriously start gaming. I was a teenager again. I got PlayStation for Christmas once. I think I might have been like 16 or something.
A
No,
PlayStation 1. So were you like behind a couple generations of PlayStations?
no, this was like
Because I
what?
want to say that we were like 12 or 13 when the first PlayStation came out. Because I remember I might have been 11, because we might need to check and see whenever it was released, because I could have sworn that I was way too young to be alone at home. It was like 11 or 12 o'clock at night. My parents were at a bar, and I
Mm,
was way too young to be playing Resident Evil in the dark by myself home alone. The first Resident Evil will always have a place in my heart for scaring the fuck out of me as a child.
it was actually one of the games I got for the PlayStation was Resident Evil 1, an old really fun game called Worms, and Descent, which is like a first person rail shooter.
Yeah, we were like 10 when it came out.
Jeez.
Yeah. I was
That's
about to
cool.
say, because I knew I might have been like 11 or 12, and I remember playing that game home alone
It
late
was
at night.
before the PlayStation 2 came out. When did the PlayStation 2 come out?
Let's see. PlayStation 2 release was in 2000. So yeah, somewhere between 94 and 2000. That's when somewhere in those 16 years. No,
Okay.
not 16, in those 6
6.
years. 6 years.
That's a good thing you didn't used to be an accountant or anything.
Well, you saw how quickly I said hold up, and
Mm.
I corrected myself because I was like, that's 30, Nikki. But yeah.
But yeah, I wasn't a big gamer until like I became an adult. Really, but I got into like the Lions of Savo, and to a lesser extent the Man-Eaters of Nyombe, which don't get as much press as the Savo Lions, but ate a lot more people, which always struck me as weird.
So that was your rabbit hole as a child?
Yeah, big rabbit hole, man. I was obsessed with the Lions of Savo. I've still got a copy, like a kid of a book I've had since I was like a kid, of Patterson's journals of hunting the lions. I'm pretty sure he took some pretty big artistic license with that.
I'm sure he took some liberties.
There's no way I'm going to believe that the lions would take poisoned meat and shit on it. But
right,
there is some interesting stuff that nobody else ever talks about, like the cave where the man-eaters left after they were both dead, which the hunt was a big. It took him ages to kill them. They were very clever, But after they were dead, they went looking for their den, and they eventually found the cave where they'd been living. There's like 300 remains of like 200 humans in it.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty dark. That's a dark rabbit hole to go down.
Yeah, but like it's just
I get it. Like, no, I was one of those like youths when it came to the internet. I spent way too much time on rotten.com. Like I was watching horrible shit like way too young. I think those Gen X and millennials will feel that, the older ones.
The thing is, right, the thing about the man-eaters of Tsavo that always struck me as weird, in pretty much every case of man-eating, the animals do it because they've got no other choice. They're smart enough to know it's going to bring nothing but trouble, so they've got to be injured or maimed or something before they start going after humans, right?
Right.
There was nothing wrong with these lions except for a minor tooth infection. They were in the prime of their life. They could have easily gone after their normal prey, but they didn't. They just started eating humans, and nobody knows why. And like, if it was, what's the word I'm looking for? If it was more efficient, then why didn't every other lion do the same thing?
Right.
It's not the only case of lions man-eating. As I said, the man-eaters Nyombe, they're accredited with 1,500 kills, but that was a whole pride.
Oh, wow. So they just took out a town, basically?
Not just a town, they hunted like a whole group of villages for years.
Ah.
But it's believed that they were trained to do so.
Gotcha. Okay.
By a witch doctor. Oh, I forgot his name. Matten Mueller.
Wait. A witch doctor trained them.
I know it sounds ridiculous, but he was a really powerful man, and he was fired from his position. And then suddenly these man-eating lions popped up, and then he was telling everyone like, "Oh, I'm the one controlling these lions, blah blah blah. You give me my position back, and I'll stop." And he got his position back eventually, and the killings did stop. Now, they were being hunted pretty extensively by the British officer in charge of the district at the time, who killed like 15, 16 lions. And it could have just been like he killed all the man-eating lions just at the right time. It's all a bit. It's a massive coincidence. It's a whole weird
like
thing.
It could have been him, or it could have been that the witch doctor actually. I don't know. That sounds sus. That sounds like some shit I would do. Like, I'm a witch.
Right, but the timing of it is what is so weird. In order for his plan to work, he would have had to have known that someone would kill all the lions and finish killing them at the exact moment that he came back into power.
Yeah.
It's just all a bit, it's a really dodgy tale. So, if you ever feel like watching a cool documentary, find one on the man-eaters of Nyombe.
Okay, I'll have to check that out. That's interesting for sure.
But there was always a hook. There was always something that drew me into these things that I couldn't work out. If that makes any sense. Like there was always something. There was always a mystery that didn't have a solution. That's what I got involved in.
And now you hate unsolved mysteries for the most part.
Well, she jumped in front of a train. It wasn't unsolved.
What happened to my daughter? She jumped in front of a train. Like that's.
Well, I tried to be sympathetic because losing a kid, that's got to be horrible. But come the fuck on, man.
They had to It was an Unsolved Mysteries episode that we watched where a girl committed suicide throwing herself in front of a train, and the parents just weren't
Couldn't,
accepting of it. Just
yeah,
couldn't grasp.
couldn't accept that their daughter had done that.
But the
And
real
like
clincher was that it wasn't unsolved and there was so much evidence, but Unsolved Mysteries didn't show that evidence in the episode.
yeah, because I researched it afterwards, and I found out that a canine unit had tracked her from her house to the train tracks, so she couldn't have got into a car or anything. I was just like, oh, dude, what? So, like, they just deliberately left out key details, I guess, so they could sell it as an unsolved mystery. It's like the werewolf episode of Black Mirror. They get commissioned a bunch of episodes. They do all the episodes and realize there's one slot that they've got to fill. That's,
Yeah. And then it's shit. Let me throw something together real quick.
let me throw something together with werewolves or a kid in front of a train.
Well, there's like that big thing going on where apparently in some screen, like some picture of the people from Stranger Things writing the last episode, there's like Chat GPT up in the background and people are losing their minds. And I'm like, that makes sense though. Those guys didn't want to do that many seasons. It was supposed to be standalone.
It was literally just supposed to be one and done. And they were like, if we have to do a second season, we want it to be a different story with different characters.
Yeah.
And the studio was like, nope.
We don't
You're doing
like
this.
it. Yeah. Think of
I
how
don't know.
good the next season would have been. Like, are they ever going to try this shit again? Or are they just going to be like so over it after this experience?
They might just be over it. Like, I've come to the conclusion that nobody ever wants to do a hit show. Or if they do, they're never going to do it, if that makes sense. It's only
Well,
people that don't think they're working on a hit show that make hit shows.
I mean, that's true, but I don't know. I think sometimes you're working on a hit show and you know that you're going to be on a hit show or you've got a hit show on your hands, but like Buffy the Vampire Slayer or Supernatural or whatever, like the money is so hard to turn down, and so you bend and break your project, for the money. They just want too much. They're not happy with just your one story. They have to have it all. That's just the way I see it. I mean, think about how good Buffy would have been at the end of season 5 if that would have been the end.
Great.
Same with Supernatural. After season 5, no more. I mean, I love Supernatural, but I would have been okay without season 6 through 15.
Definitely would have been okay without that last episode.
I like to pretend that doesn't exist. Just like the last season of Teen Wolf doesn't exist.
Oh my god, that was diabolically bad.
Anyway.
I just don't know how they made it that bad.
They tried really hard.
Mm-hmm. They must have been just sitting there going, how can we make this so terrible? I don't want to do another season of this. How can we fuck this up?
I could see that. Like, how do we make them never want to watch this ever again? Malicious compliance.
Maybe that's what happened with the Lions of Stavros. Savo, Gabby. Savo. Yeah, the Russian... Well, there's another good story, because that was all revenge, the tiger in Siberia. That tiger not only killed him, but it destroyed everything with his scent on it. That was just pure revenge. But he nicked a boar off it, so... They wouldn't have killed that target if they hadn't killed someone else. They were prepared to call it squibbies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Squibbies.
Yeah, even.
Gotcha.
It's a word.
I believe you. I believe you. Squibbies. I'm all right. I'm here for it.
It's just going to be saying squibbies and giggling.
I know, right? That's a good word. But yep.
This game I'm playing, Arc Raiders, is another good example. You could tell the developers were not prepared for how successful it went on to become.
Yeah, they're just kind of like, oh shit, what do we do now?
Yeah.
Oh god. No,
Oh,
this isn't the
God.
way it was supposed to go. We just wanted to make enough money to survive. We didn't want people to like demand shit.
Like 17 million copies worldwide. It's becoming one of the most popular games ever made.
I mean, it's a great game. It's a really good game. I wish that I had more I wish that I had more spoons like to give to playing it more often. It's a great I enjoy it. It's a good game.
But they've released the roadmap now, so we're getting new content.
I wonder if they weren't prepared for that, like to have to release new content. I wonder if they were like, we can just not worry about it.
I don't know. It's very weird. It's like it's an extraction shooter, so that's a niche by itself, a niche genre, and they're expecting like 10,000 people, currently to play it. You got hundreds of thousands of people on the servers. The servers actually, it's been unplayable for the last few days because the servers were subject to DDoS attacks.
Oh.
A bunch of people in Discord servers decided to. There's a running joke going on in the Arc Raiders Discord server that it's salty Battlefield fans that are DDoSing it. But yeah,
Oh yeah.
but no one knows why. Interesting.
Yeah, I enjoy it. I don't know, playing video games hasn't been on my list of stuff to do lately. Like it's just not a priority, and I feel bad because I enjoy playing games. I don't want to.
Oh, another interesting thing. And this morning I was playing with my mate Fiora. You've met Fiora.
Mm-hmm.
And this guy messages me. And he's like, Wiltshire, how are you? How you been? And I'm like,
Who are you?
yeah, who are you? He's like, I see you're playing Arc Raiders. I'll join in. Yeah, I remember the good old days. I could not fucking remember this guy at all. The whole time we're playing. And it turns out I used to play Hunt Showdown with him.
Oh, okay. Nice. Did you guys have good raids?
Yeah, we had some good times. We got. I wish I'd recorded it because we got jumped by the sorriest excuse for extract campers I've ever gone up against in this game. I mean, bless their cotton little socks. They tried to kill us, but we didn't even shoot back because they've got this aggression-based matchmaking. We don't want to go into PvP lobbies,
Right.
but we were just like, they just missed pretty much every shot, and we got into the lift, and one of them jumped in and somehow failed to kill me with a shotgun at point blank, and I just felt sorry for him, if I'm being completely honest.
Yeah.
I was like, you tried. You missed the shots you don't take. Well, they missed the shots they did take, but
Yeah.
you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So there's some examples of stuff I've been. Tell me some stuff about you.
like are we still going back to the original subject?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah. I don't know. You know, we were just talking about coping mechanisms. My escapism was music, and I did play a lot of video games growing up. Like, it was a family thing. We had a Commodore 64, we had an Atari, we had a Nintendo, and I mean, like, it was how my father is a giant nerd, not was, is a giant nerd, my biological father. So a lot of our family time was spent beating each other's ass in video games. Like, that's just how we spent time together.
That was just
To this day, my sister and I play Dr. Mario at every holiday. Every holiday get together, there is a round of Dr. Mario where everybody sits down and goes against each other. And pretty soon it's just my sister and I, like, beating the crap out of each other because no one else wants to play with us. Because this is our childhood, you know?
I mean, fair enough.
It's like when you were around the kids, because you had some older ones. You know, there are games that, like, my nephews would play that I've been playing for decades. Like, I remember them first discovering Mario and just being like, "Oh, you want to play?" And I was like, "Sure." And then I beat the game in like an hour, you know, because I take all the things. They're like, "How'd you do that?" It's wasted childhood. And I feel
Learn
like
from me. I
I
pass
had
this wisdom to you, children.
how did I have this much time? Because I remember from the time I got up in this, let's say it's summer, from the time I got up in the morning to the time the lights came on, I was not at home. If I needed a drink, it was out of the garden hose. I was lucky if I got lunch. You know, it was grab a bowl of cereal, run outside, and still somehow had a shit ton of time to play video games when I got home.
Yeah.
Where were our parents? Were your parents very hands-on, or were they just
God
like,
no.
fuck
Fucking
off?
summer. Come home when the street lights come on.
Right. Get out of my house. Why are you still here?
Yeah, pretty much.
Whereas now, if you did that, they would, you know, like, you see a band of 6-year-olds in like 1985 and no one's thinking anything about it. Like, they're just a bunch of kids walking around. Now, if you saw a band of 6-year-olds, you're like, where the hell are their parents? They're all going to get snatched.
They're going to be sold to Elon Musk. He's going to turn them into Twitter zombies.
Basically, I don't know. I really, there's a lot of kids in my neighborhood and they still go outside and play, and that always makes me feel really good because I feel like that is needed more in today's youth with
Definitely.
with supervision, can I say.
I mean, it didn't do us any harm.
Right, but now I look back at the things that I went through and I'm like, how am I still alive? I'm just happy I was a chunky kid and didn't get, like, abducted or something.
So
You
it
know what I'm
wasn't
saying?
like, it wasn't, I mean, it was a big deal, obviously. It's always been a big deal. But then at the time, it wasn't. It was always, oh, just watch out for old Mr. Rogers. He's a bit weird around children.
Right. Right. You know, yeah. I wasn't given any kind of direction. It was like, go where your sister's going. And luckily, my sister genuinely, like, she generally took care of me, but that just means that I was a 5-year-old with a 13-year-old doing 13-year-old stuff at the age of 5.
What was that?
You
Sitting
know,
on park benches, drinking cider and smoking Royals.
walking across a dam that was overflowing. I've sent
Okay,
you a picture.
How are you alive?
I sent you a picture of the dam that I walked across.
Yeah.
How I used to play in storm drains, you know. I don't know. But yeah, I used to. I walked across or Santa Fe Lake Falls in Kansas. Um, you know, I should have died.
We all should have died. We used to do this thing called the tree walk, where there's a bunch of trees all like knotted together, their branches and stuff, and you
Mhm.
start off one end, and you'd have to get across to the other side of like it wasn't a wood, it was a copse. It wasn't big enough to be a wood. It was like a copse of trees,
Right.
and you'd have to get across the other side without touching the ground once. And the amount of times we fell off out of those trees, and like, oh, I'm surprised we didn't break anything.
Did you never break anything?
Nah, I never broke anything.
That was me as a child. I never broke. My sister was the one that broke something. Like I think she finally got a cast off on her right arm, and it like within a week or something, immediately broke her other arm. My sister was that person. I was the stitches person because I don't like shoes. And as a child, I was going to step on shit. So I always got stitches. But never broke anything as a kid, ever. I have no idea how, because I climbed trees too. I did stupid crap. It's just, I guess, childhood in the 80s and 90s.
Yeah, that's what we did. We didn't have any of this fangled Insta whatever.
No one
Mind
was
you,
concerned.
that's going to be the kids of this generation when they're our age. We didn't have this newfangled digital virtual reality. My day, we had Snapchat. We fucking loved it.
But see, I don't feel that way. I love how connected like things have made us. And I like how easy it is to get information, but I also hate modern technology at the same time. But I don't know. I don't look at Gen Alpha and Gen Z and be like, those stupid whippersnappers. Like, I genuinely adore those kids. They're just an interesting group.
Counterpoint, you can't trust any of the information you're getting anymore.
Correct. And that makes it very confusing. Like, unless you do metadata and stuff like that, it's hard, you
Case in
know?
point, what happened this week, was it? We had ICE kill that, either execute that bloke in cold blood or defend themselves lawfully against an aggressor in Minnesota. And like, depending on where your information, either one of those stories could be true.
Right. Well, they
I'm not,
give they give the story, yeah. I
I'm
mean,
not
that's
rubber
very
stamping
true.
either way. Just so everyone
Um,
knows.
well, the thing is they said something happened, and then video confirmation came out from several different views that showed that he didn't once reach for his weapon at any given time. In fact, the weapon was taken away from him. But anyway, now the new counterpoint is that he kicked the tail light out of an ICE vehicle 11 days before he was dead. Therefore, he deserves to die via ICE. Is the new narrative because they found out they couldn't lie. And that's a good thing though, because when you have a bunch of 80-year-old people in office that don't understand how technology works, they make big mistakes. They can't cover their tracks anymore because they're not smart enough. They don't know that we can track metadata. They don't know how that works.
The
They
point
really thought,
is, and I
I'm
was
just
very
saying you can't,
clear
yeah, you
on
can't
saying that we
tell.
weren't taking a position.
I'm saying that you can't tell anymore, and that pretty soon you'll have AI that is able to fluke up metadata. I agree that it's a bunch of lies, but I also see that like currently we're in a good situation where our technology has outdone our politicians who don't even know about the internet. Um, I mean, I say that, but like, watch them ask Mark Zuckerberg some questions. It's like really painful. So it's hard for them to hide things, but also really easy at the same time. But yeah.
Yes. See, this is my fault. I shouldn't have brought it up.
Yep.
My bad.
You didn't put your rubber stamp on anything. I put
I'm
my
not
rubber stamp on it.
picking a position either way. I was saying that
Correct,
both
and that's
those
fine.
realities are true. That either they executed a man in cold blood or they defended themselves against lawfully. They defended themselves lawfully. And you can't
Mhm.
trust any of the information you receive because it's all bollocks.
So stay neutral and do nothing is what we say to do.
Stay neutral, have a laugh with your friends, and wait until the Reaper comes calling. That's the only way to get through life.
Right. It works really well for like Jews.
They were not neutral. Did you see what they were wearing?
It had like a star on them. Like the fuck? Why would you wear a
Asking
star?
Asking for it. Yeah, I'm just saying, what can we do? Like, realistically.
Yeah.
I mean, you'll understand how quickly the people that understand how the internet works, understands how the internet works if you start trying to form a resistance movement or something.
Mm-hmm.
Suddenly they'll have a great grasp on the internet then. I can all but guarantee. It's like
Well, it's
the
true.
government, your government, and my government are completely fucking useless unless you owe them money.
Mm-hmm.
And then suddenly they're the most efficient organization that ever existed.
Yep. Yeah, they'll come on you for that one. They know. But also, like, our government, at least, I don't know about y'all's, they've been using like Chat GPT and all of these AI stuff. Like, they will 100% they send problematic Chat GPTs and stuff to authorities.
The government do.
No, the Chat GPT and stuff like that actually have a protocol where some of the stuff, depending on what you write in it, can cause a flag to go off. So just like they can check your Google questions and stuff, they can also go back on your Chat GPT, and Chat GPT might actually flag you. But you guys are having that problem too.
What was the last thing I asked Google? Let me just check. Yeah, I think I'll be all right.
Yeah, the last thing I asked Google was when the PlayStation came out.
Yeah, you're all right as well then.
Yep. Yeah, I do have some problematic Google searches because I do write. And so sometimes I want to know.
I'm more worried about your Chat GPT flagging
the Listen, I get bored, okay?
But yeah.
My Chat GPT is fine. You know what? Okay, I tried to talk to Chat GPT. Like, you see the influencers that are a little bit too close to their Chat GPT do, and I just couldn't do it. And I never got anything interesting to happen. Like, they don't have their own personality, and I'm like, I just don't care to spend enough time with you to make you actually seem interesting.
That's fair enough.
Have you tried talking to AI like that? Like, I don't anybody
talk to AI at all.
That's smart because you're just killing the environment.
What?
See? Sometimes I ask Google some questions so that I will get flagged. Trust me, girl, I'm sure I have gotten flagged so many times. And luckily, most of the time, I'd be able to just pull up a doc and be like, this is what I was writing. I'm sure the feds are watching Gabby, by the way. If I were a fed, I'd be watching Gabby. Well.
Oof. Yeah, I was just curious. Well,
Curious
I feel
what
Gabby was saying.
Oh.
That's what Gabby was saying. That she was curious. I don't trust AI, so I don't use it.
There's no reason to trust AI. They've already shown that AI will come up with its own little things, like, research that doesn't really exist. That kind
Well,
of stuff. I just feel like it's all been programmed to misinform us anyway.
well, yeah. I mean, they want us stupid.
They do, and that's why, they've like labeled our social media as basically causing brain rot in our children and in ourselves. Like there's many lawsuits going on right now with what it's doing. It's making us stupider. Chat GPT, we have all this knowledge at our fingers, and the fact that it's at our fingers and we don't really have to do anything for it, we're becoming stupider. We don't retain shit. Like, how many phone numbers do you know off the top of your head anymore?
I don't even know my own phone number off the top of that head.
See? And like back in the 90s, early 2000s, how many phone numbers did you know off the top of your head?
A bunch, but I had to.
Right, you had to, but you had to use your brain to store that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like now you don't have to. Like I can tell you my social security number. I can tell you my stepdad's social security number. I have my phone number, their phone number, my sister's phone number, and my credit card memorized. Like I feel like we don't have to do any of that anymore. If we don't want to read a book, we listen to a book. And that doesn't trigger the same things that reading a book does. Just like physiologically typing on a computer doesn't give you the same physiological response as putting pen to paper, and the physical act of putting pen to paper releases different feelings than if you were to type on a computer. Gabby said she started smoking weed to make me dumber, and it didn't. So I used to hang out with this boy in school who was a major stoner. This is before I started smoking weed or anything like that. Like I was still a good girl. And they kept on telling us that it would like kill your it'd kill your brain cells and stuff. But this kid is probably the smartest kid that I'd ever met at that point. And he was like, I smoke weed all the time. Every brain cell I kill, two grow in its place. And I was like, you know what? Kinda. He might be a good representative for that thought process because he was really smart. Just a stoner though. You felt like the internet and your smartphone made you dumber. I feel that way. I feel like despite having all the knowledge at my fingertips and constantly knowing what's going around in the world, I can't read anymore. I used to read a novel a day. Can't do it. And I think that part of that is the internet and your smartphone. We're being trained to not have an attention span. What are your thoughts and feelings, Richard?
I agree wholeheartedly with that statement that we are being trained to have a short attention span, and that the internet is designed to make us stupid.
Yeah, I feel like it's designed to make us forget stuff. It's designed so they can rewrite history before our eyes, and we're not going to question it.
Yeah, it's just it's not a fun time.
No, it's not. And I think that, older millennials and Gen X, like we can see the toll it's taking mentally on the youth and even ourselves. Because like I said, I used to be able to read a novel a day. Now, man, if you get me to read 3 pages, I've done a great job because it's so hard for me. And I really feel like our phones and a lot of like the blue lights and a lot of the stuff, especially Americans eat, attributes to our ADHD on the regular. I think it's making it worse. that Rewriting History is straight out of 1984. I feel like everybody needs to watch that. They need to watch Wag the Dog, and Idiocracy.
Idiocracy, especially.
I feel like all of those are good media to watch. Maybe a little bit of Don't Look Up. My sister made a post and mentioned those movies, and I didn't think about Don't Look Up, but Don't Look Up is actually a really good social commentary of the times as well.
I mean, that is how we're going to go.
Mm-hmm.
That is 100% is what's going to happen to us.
Yep.
And on that incredibly down note, I can't think of anything else to say, so
Me neither.
might as well wrap things up. We will return next week, despite the hopes of many. It's good night from me, and it's good night from her. Good night, everyone.
Good night.